Hello, my peeps. This Algebra Nation video will cover workbook page 8 squared. Nice.
Which of the following graphs best represents the equation below? If you look at all the choices, I don't see any marks on them. I don't see like positive, negative, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't. The idea of this question is, you understand the concept of slope and y-intercept. Meaning, here we have y equals mx plus b. Remember, we begin with our b. Our y-intercept is 184, which means our y-intercept is positive. Answer choice A. We know our y-intercept is positive. It's on the positive y-axis because we can see the origin right here. Answer choice B also has a positive y-intercept. It's above the origin. But answer choice C has a negative y-intercept, so that can't be the answer. It has to be a positive y-intercept. Positive 184, but it has to be positive nonetheless. And D has a negative y-intercept, so D is out. So we know we're between A and B. I began with my B, my y-intercept, and now my slope is 35. My slope is positive. Which of these two lines has a positive slope? You've seen one of the other videos, remember? That does not make the letter N, so that would be a positive slope. This makes the letter N, which would make B a negative slope, and I wanted a positive slope. The answer, again, is A. And again, we wanted to see which of these was the best representation. We wanted a line with a positive slope and a positive y-intercept. So, in the end, remember, if you're trying to figure out the equation of a line or trying to pick it out, you can either use your intercepts, x-intercept, y is 0, y-intercept, x is 0, or you can go ahead and use y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form. Just remember, you begin with your b, which is your y-intercept, and you move with your slope m.
Time for a brain break for all you Miami Heat fans out there. You'll enjoy this.
So our first problem, we have Jalen, who's going to start going to the gym so he can lose a little bit of weight. Now, we are told some information about Jalen and his weight loss plan. So he's starting off at 179 pounds. So before he starts working out, gets on the scale, weighs 179 pounds. Now, he's going to go to the gym for the next 6 weeks to lose a little bit of weight. Now, he can lose 2 pounds per week. So each week that he works out, he's going to lose 2 pounds. Given that information, fill out the table and let's figure out how much weight he's going to have after 5 weeks. So let's see what this table is giving us. We have 2 different columns. We have the weeks at the gym and Jalen's weight. So let's call the number of weeks that you're at the gym X and the amount that Jalen weighs Y. So we've got 2 different variables, X and Y. He's going to go to the gym a certain amount of time, and after that amount of time, he weighs something. Now, we said in the first sentence of the problem, before he starts going to the gym, he weighs 179 pounds. So that's already filled in for us. 0 weeks at the gym, weighs 179 pounds. Now, each week that he works out, he loses 2 pounds. So if he works out for 1 week, how much weight is he losing? He's losing 2 pounds. He would be at 179 pounds to start, minus 2 pounds. After a week of working out, he loses 2 pounds. Now what is he at? 177 pounds. All right, if he works out for another week, how much more weight is he going to lose? He's going to lose another 2 pounds. So he's going to be at 177 pounds. He works out for another week, and he loses 2 pounds. That's the same thing as saying, all right, he started at the very beginning at 179 pounds. He worked out for 2 weeks. Well, if he lost 2 pounds in the first week, 2 pounds in the second week, that's 179 minus 4 pounds. See, it's the same thing. And we end up with 175 pounds. All right, if he works out another week, we know he's going to lose another 2 pounds, right? He's going to lose another 2 from where he's at. Now he's at 173 pounds. He works out another week. What happens? He loses another 2 pounds. goes from 173, takes off 2 pounds because he worked out another week, and he's at 171 pounds. So if he works out another week, again, he's losing the same amount of weight each week that he works out. So he's going from 171, taking off 2 pounds, gets to 169 pounds. All right, and then if he works out another week, he started at 169, he loses another 2 pounds, he's at 167 pounds. So our question said, how much will he weigh after 5 weeks of working out? After 5 weeks of working out, he weighs 169 pounds. Now, how do we figure that out? Well, let's think about kind of like an equation. The weight that is lost is what? How much weight does he lose? He loses 2 pounds per week of working out. 2 pounds per week of working out, where X is your number of weeks that you're working out. So if he worked out for 5 weeks, and we know that he loses 2 pounds per week, then 2 times 5 gave us 10 pounds total. Well, if he lost 10 pounds for working out for 5 weeks, he started off at 179, minus the weight that he lost, so 179 minus 10, that gives us 169. That's all we did in that table. All right, so let's use that information and write an equation. We can write an equation that represents his weight. Well, how much does he weigh? Remember, we called his weight Y. How much does he weigh? Well, he starts off by weighing 179 pounds. Well, if he works out for 1 week, what does he weigh? Well, you got to take off 2 pounds. 2 times 1. He works out for 3 weeks, what does he weigh? Well, you got to take off 6. 2 weeks times 3 weeks, take off 6 pounds. How much weight do we have to take off for each week of working out? 2 pounds. We need to take off 2 pounds for each week of working out. His total weight is equal to what he started at minus the weight he loses when he's working out. Guess what, guys? We just wrote an equation that represents that table. It represents the situation that was given to us at the beginning of the problem. All of that comes back to Y equals 179 minus 2x. Jalen's weight is found by taking his starting weight minus the amount of weight that he loses while he's working out. How much